win. We're here to kind of give you guys an idea of how to handle the car, line, speed, things like that. Give you guys some, talent to drive around, not anywhere. But right, we have 50 laps and one passenger.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We took last week off. It was Halloween, all that other fun stuff. Everybody got out and did some trick or treating with the kids, and I know I did. It was cold, but still had a blast. But glad to be back here on a Tuesday night in the Veterans for Life Foundation Late Model Stock Series. We are at the infamous, one of my very favorite tracks, the Milwaukee Mile here. 50 laps here tonight. Got a decent little crowd out here tonight. Got about 8 drivers. Got a couple of guest appearances as well. Jake Ellingson is going to be behind the wheel of his number 27 machine tonight. And then James Goshen's going to bring out the 85 tonight and run some laps here with these guys. Again, all in a developmental, learning type atmosphere. These guys are going to get out there, kind of show them how to get around this track, race with them a little bit door to door, and then, hopefully rough up Tanner a little bit. What do you think, Jake?
It should be a blast. Tanner's starting in the rear behind us, so he's going to have to work his way around me and James to try to make his way up to the front. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to make it easy.
Tanner's probably like, oh man. But it'll be a good challenge for him. And we've seen some of these drivers in other series in Goat Locker already, which has been awesome. We've seen some of these guys come out and race the Gen 4, which I think a couple of them probably regretted it, and they're like, holy cow, this car's a handful. Seen a couple of these guys actually show up in the next gen series as well. Cameron Mason's been really getting out there doing a lot of great work. We've watched him develop throughout the season so far, and it's been fun to watch him in some of the other series. Tanner's kind of branched out a little bit too. We've seen him out there, and then we always see Doug Ellingson in all the series. He races everything here in Goat Locker Racing, and it's fun to watch him as well as he continues to develop and get better and better each and every week. But this is going to be fun. Tonight's going to be fun. I can't wait to call this race here tonight. I wish I was on track. These cars are so much fun. I got a chance to test drive it before the race here tonight, and yeah, this is going to be a good time, Jake.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Just to be out on the track is going to be. This is actually one of my homes. This is actually 10 minutes away from where I live, and it's always a blast to be here and run a car on the track. So I'm looking forward to it.
And then big news with the Milwaukee Mile. From what I'm seeing, IndyCar is going to be going there next year, so that's going to be a pretty big deal, Jake.
Oh, definitely. And I'm already looking forward to getting my tickets to go to that race, and I'm going to definitely have a blast. I went to the ARCA race at the mile last year, and I had the time of my life with my daughter Madison, and it was one of the most special moments that we had as a family with racing. So.
Well, I think it's going to be awesome, for sure. And I don't know, man. Maybe I'll have to sneak me some tickets and go see that. But let's get to tonight's starting lineup. Bobby Germain takes the pole here tonight with a lap time of 31.519, so congratulations to him. Tanner Bethea did end up qualifying second, obviously going to the rear. Starting third is going to be Cameron Mason in that number 86 car. Starting fourth in a great qualifying effort for Doug Ellingson. Starting fifth is going to be Clint Walker in that 02. Sixth, Patrick Dixon in that number 2 car. Will Bethea is going to start off seventh in that number 12. And the starting shotgun on the field is going to be Jake Ellingson in that 27 and James Goshen in that 85. Going to be a lot of fun to watch them as we get ready to take the green flag here at one more lap. It is going to be a lot of great racing. 50 laps of racing here tonight. Got plenty of fuel to get through the race. So we'll just see how these guys navigate it from the very beginning. Green flag is out, and Bobby Germain gets a pretty good start there. Looks like Cameron Mason was a little bit off on his start. Doug Ellingson's going to settle back into that second position. And we see some good door-to-door action back through the field right now.
Not surprised to see Bobby Germain out front qualifying well. He's ran with the league for quite some time, has he not?
He definitely has. And for anybody that didn't know, and I was going to introduce you before you piped up there, Ryan, but, you do your thing. We got Ryan Pendleton up in the booth with us tonight. Came to check out the late model stock series here, so going to get some of his insights tonight. But yeah, Bobby Germain's raced with us for quite a few different seasons. Been pretty fast at these cars. Cameron Mason goes around, noses it into the wall. Looks like a single car, so Caution does not come out. He gets the car back around and back underway. Doesn't look like too much damage there. So Cameron Mason, first casualty of the night.
Yeah, long race, so he'll probably get a caution and be all right and catch back up.
But right now, it is Bobby Germain out front with a good-sized lead. He's got 1 second over Doug Ellingson, who's having a great race right now, running in that second position. Clint Walker in that 0-2 has moved himself up into third position. Will Bethea right now, one of the biggest movers of the race. He is up to fourth in that number 12 machine. Tanner Bethea has already moved up into the fifth position as he looks underneath his brother right now to move up into that fourth position. James Goshen running back in the sixth position. Jake Ellingson right behind him. And then we see Patrick Dixon running back in the eighth position right now. And as we noted before, Cameron Mason with that spin off of 2 finds himself all the way back in the ninth position. Let's head back up front and check in on Bobby Germain. He continues to make great lap time around here. Really, quite honestly, not far off from where he had qualified. Only a couple tenths off. Swings that corner a little bit wide there. I tell you right now, the best race going on is positions 2 through 5. As those 4 cars right now continue to battle it out. Clint Walker goes a little bit wide. It's going to allow Will Bethea to get underneath him. And I'd imagine Tanner's going to follow along right behind him. Tanner Bethea underneath is 0-2 of Clint Walker right now. Able to get by him, but slides up the track coming off the corner.
Him going down there below that apron, maybe getting some grip. I'm not sure if you guys saw that in practice or not, but it looked like he was using it to his advantage.
There's definitely a little grip down there on the apron. These cars don't seem to get as upset when you cross that rumple strip. So you can get your left sides down on that apron and still be able to maintain a lot of speed. Really doesn't upset these cars too much. And one of the biggest things here at the Milwaukee Mile is you got to keep that car in the dark part of the corners. That's where the grip's at. Jake would probably know this, but does Ryan know this? What other track has a corner designed after the Milwaukee Mile?
Designed after the Milwaukee Mile.
Yep.
All right.
One of the corners is designed after the Milwaukee Mile.
Clint Walker, big run here. Let me see. Cup Series race there. Is it?
They do.
Is it?
Stop Googling.
Gateway? No, I'm not.
Oh,
Gateway.
Jake Ellingson goes around. I'll get to that here in a second, as he got tangled up with, it looks like Tanner Bethea. Both those cars get themselves righted. We'll take a look at it here in a second. But actually, Ryan, turn 3 at Pocono.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Tunnel turn is designed after Indianapolis, and turns 1 and 2 is a speedway they don't race at anymore, and I can't quite remember. But yeah, turn 3 at Pocono is designed after the Milwaukee Mile. Let's go back and see what happened to Jake Ellingson and Tanner Bethea there. So we're going to catch it here.
Yeah, looks like Jake had to check up just a little bit, and I think Tanner just had a good run going into that turn. Barely got into him.
As we didn't quite catch it there, we'll go back and see if we can see it from Tanner's point of view. No, as we are catching the whole thing late here. No, and we'll just have to go with it from there.
It was definitely a wild ride, that's for sure.
We are working lap number 8 of our scheduled 50 here tonight. Again, folks, caution laps do not count. We want these drivers to get as much green flag racing as possible. So these laps right now won't count, as these cars will get lined back up. Looks like Cameron Mason brought it down pit road. Get some fresh tires on it.
Yeah, that was the caution he was looking for after that early spin, so he'll be back in the mix now.
and he is the only car to pit, so he'll be on some freshies.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that makes any difference here at all. I mean, not a lot of green flag laps on these tires. From what I was seeing in practice and everything like that, the fall off wasn't too bad, but hey, I'll take 4 fresh tires any day of the week.
Jake, are you feeling much tire fall off throughout the laps or no?
I haven't felt much difference in the fall off. How the car will turn into the corner will definitely be a major factor over the course of the run. So see what happens in the next 5-6 laps. Be able to really tell who took care of their tires and if Cameron just walks away from us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I've only ran these at real short tracks. This would have been the biggest track I've ever ran these at, so curious what they'll do.
True story, they do run a Father's Day 100 lap late model race every year at this track.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool.
Green flag is back out. Bobby Germain, like he was shot out of a cannon with a great restart. Doug Ellingson as well, starting on that outside with a great restart. Looks like Clint Walker is going to fall back into that 3rd position. Running in 4th is going to be Will Bethea right now. Right now, Bobby Germain looks to be that car to beat. And now Clint Walker looks underneath Doug Ellingson going into turn 3. Doug Ellingson's going to go really wide here. Allow Clint Walker to get by, and here comes Will Bethea as well.
Yeah, Doug's improved so much over the last couple seasons here at Goat Locker, and it's good to see him out here running well.
Yeah, again, we see him in every single series coming out and racing with us. And yeah, I mean, it's been tremendous games over the past couple seasons. A lot of speed in that car, just still kind of working out some of the long run speed and things along those lines. But good to see him having a great run here tonight at Milwaukee as he falls back to the 4th position. And Bobby Germain continues to lead the race here tonight.
The Air Jordan on his hood. So.
I don't know if that's helping or hurting.
Well, it's hard to say. Anything with Michael Jordan's got to help.
I suppose you're right on that one. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I don't know. I still have those mixed emotions nowadays because of his affiliation with 2311 and Denny Hamlin and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm going to take it just as Michael Jordan. I'm not thinking Danny Hamlin.
Fair enough. And let's take a look at the back of that Bobby Germain car and watch the field chase him down into turn 3.
Uh-oh, got Doug going around. Think he got some help there.
Yep, Doug goes around, hits the outside wall. That'll bring out our 2nd caution here tonight on lap number 12 of 50. We'll go back and see what happened with Doug there. Hopefully this time we'll be able to actually catch it. Hey. Let's take a look here. Is a little squirrely coming off the corner, and he's got the 85 of Jaden Scotian underneath him. And those two cars just kind of meet in the middle there. Sends the 58 up into the outside wall. And again, brings out our 2nd caution here tonight. Definitely got some left rear damage on that car. Doesn't look too significant, but probably bring that car down pit road. Oop, immediately brings it down pit road to get some repairs done. It looks like Bobby Germain's going to hit pit road, and he's going to drag the field with him. So they're betting tires are the way to go.
Not who's that? Patrick Dixon stay out?
Yep, we saw Patrick Dixon stay out here, so
See how that goes. Man, I can't believe you shotgunned me with that trivia question. That's not an easy one either. First time on here.
Well, anytime we come to Milwaukee, I seem to have a lot of fun facts about it. Milwaukee is like, it is a close second. I mean, IRP being my favorite racetrack. Absolutely love racing there. Pocono's in my top 5, so all these kind of tracks.
Martinsville.
Yeah, you know, I would love to enjoy a race at Martinsville. It never seems to go that way, though. Matter of fact, this week coming up, Ryan, we have Martinsville in the Gen 4 series on Mondays.
I know, and I will be gone. I will be missing it, unfortunately.
Well, that just probably means my rear bumper is safe. Probably not, but
I wouldn't go that far. It is
No.
Martinsville.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a wealthy guy, but I have some cash I can hand out, so I wouldn't be so sure of that yet.
Fair enough. So we see these guys getting everything sorted out after that round of pit stops. Patrick Dixon does stay out. Looks like Jake Ellingson is going to start in the 2nd position. Cameron Mason going to roll off 3rd. Doug Ellingson looks like he's going to roll off 4th. I'm not real sure as he falls to the back right now. I think he entered a closed pit there, and that's why he's moving to the back. So we get ready to see this green flag come out one more time, working lap number 12 of 50. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Patrick Dixon gets a decent start there. Jake Ellingson looks like he is going to stay to the high side. Cameron
Big
Mason.
move. Car going around in the back.
Go. Yep, we got a car going around in the back. Looks like Tanner Bethea is backwards. Sitting on the apron right now. Probably, yep, need to get that car moving. No caution comes out. He gets everything righted once again, and we are still racing here. Patrick Dixon continues to lead the race here tonight. Jake Ellingson in 2nd, with Cameron Mason to his outside right now. Cameron Mason makes the pass going into turn number 1. Now Bobby Germain looking to the outside of that number 27. Not quite enough there. And now we see Cameron Mason. Oh, Patrick Dixon gets a little sideways there.
Seems like the tire strategy is paying off at this point, though. Doesn't seem like it's a huge difference. Those guys on new tires.
They didn't have a whole lot of green flag laps on them, so I didn't think there were going to be much to gain by coming and grabbing them. It never doesn't hurt for sure. Lose a little track position though.
Oh,
He gets into the
yeah.
grass, and he's going to click Jake Ellingson as well. That should bring out a caution. Caution
that
has
wasn't a
come out.
tire issue. That was just him in the grass, so.
We got Doug Ellingson sitting on pit road right now. Jake Ellingson gets his car righted and turned back around. But Cameron Mason out to the lead now. As we saw Patrick Dixon grab a little grass, grab a little front wall, and then grabbed him a little Jake Ellingson.
It happens. I seen him get loose coming out of 4, and then I slowed down and kind of got collected.
Yeah, watching his in car, he got the nose of that car to turn real well through the center, probably more than he was expecting, and got right back on the throttle as soon as he came across that grass.
Yeah, and it's all over at that point in time. These cars don't mind the apron, don't mind the ruffle strips, but hot tires and grass never mix well together. It looks like he has brought his car down pit road as well, as Doug Ellingson continues to sit on pit road. Not quite sure what happened to the number 58 machine, but he is sitting there on pit road getting repairs. Patrick Dixon looked like he parked on track and then towed back to the pits. But this is a caution that Tanner Bethea needed to see after his spin, and so that catches him back up to the field. James Goshen running in 5th right now. Clint Walker in 4th. Will Bethea running 3rd. Bobby Jermaine in 2nd. And right now, Cameron Mason in the number 86 machine out front leading this thing. That gives us a chance to talk about a couple sponsors. We talk all the time about Veterans for Life Foundation and all the things that they're doing, and we do appreciate having them on board as one of our major sponsors here. If you get a chance, go check them out on the internet and things along those lines. They're doing great things when it comes to housing veterans and homeless veterans and training for veterans. We do plan on doing a lot more with them as we continue to partner with them moving forward. As I was talking to Jake Ellingson before the beginning of tonight's race, Saturday night we had a little bit of a sponsor event. Jam Printing and Promotions hosted their 10-year anniversary, and Goat Locker Racing was there. Had a blast. We did a door prize at the big event and everything. As I was telling Jake, the guy that got the door prize of the Goat Locker Racing swag probably is like, what the hell is this? But, you know, the owner of Jam Printing Promotions, Amber, was kind enough to talk during her speech about Goat Locker Racing and everything that we do. So in a packed room of business owners here in Indianapolis, it was really cool to have Goat Locker featured, and it was really cool to be at that sponsor event as well. So congratulations to Jam Printing Promotions on their 10-year anniversary, and proud to have them as my personal sponsor on all my cars, but as a sponsor for the entire league. And then, Ryan, I still have not seen my friends and family discount come from Cruising Classics yet.
I know, I'm waiting on mine as well, that family portion part. So there's a few cars on that website I wouldn't mind to have. So
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's awesome. With Jam Printing Promotions, obviously been around since I've joined the team. That's really cool. And I would have to imagine, being in Indianapolis, it's not too foreign to hear something about racing. So I'm sure some of them might have been a little intrigued to check us out, which is, you know, all part of it. So pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a fun event for sure. Nothing racing is foreign here in Indianapolis. That is for sure.
Who's right back up there? Bobby Jermaine. He's probably the guy I would look out for the most here.
Guys, he has had an incredible night here tonight and continues to do well. Pace car is off, and we're getting ready to grab that green flag one more time here tonight. Cameron Mason leads us back to the green flag. Bobby Jermaine gets a good restart there to the outside. Those two are going to go nose to nose heading off into turn 1. Bobby Jermaine, using the high side of that track, is going to get a great run off of 2 and take the lead of this thing. What a power move by the driver number 13. But Cameron Mason is not quite done as Bobby Jermaine swings 3 and 4 a little bit wide. So Cameron Mason takes advantage of that on the low side, leads that lap. This time around, Bobby Jermaine tucks in behind Cameron. And I tell you what, we got some great racing going on right now, as there are battles all throughout the field. The Bethea brothers running 3rd and 4th, duking it out right now. Clint Walker back in the 5th position. There's Jake Ellingson running back in 6th position in that pink sun drop car. He's door to door with James Goshen right now.
You're noticing a lot of different lines here. Some guys are taking it shallow into turn 1. Some guys are running it out a little bit more and trying to get a little bit more of an arc.
Yeah, and for me personally, I've always driven Milwaukee with shallow entries. The faster I can get down to the dock part of the track, the better. One of the challenges here at Milwaukee is, one, there is not a whole lot of banking, which, again, I think, you know, real racers don't need banking.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. But no caution has come back out. But both of these corners have almost a double apex. Once you get down into the corner, it will kind of, well, it's a double apex. Both of them will do that. So if you get back to the gas too early, and you've seen quite a few of these guys this evening, it'll push all the way out to the wall. You really got to be patient down there and work these corners.
Yeah, which is really your MO. All those tracks you named, IRP here, that's kind of what you enjoy. And I agree. I like tracks with less bank. I think it puts a little bit more in the hands of the driver, which is challenging. I think it gives opportunities to pass because more mistakes. So I enjoy those tracks as well, just like you.
Yeah, a lot of fun to drive, and like you said, I enjoy them so much because it puts more in the hands of the driver and the car itself. But we are working our fourth caution here tonight on lap number 20 of 50. So quite haven't made it to halfway yet, and the big fake by Cameron Mason. But Bobby Germain says, "I don't care. I'm gonna come get me some tires anyway."
Yeah, and at this point with the field size, I don't think you're really losing any track position at this stage in the race. I'd go get them. You might as well.
Yeah, and I think at this point, if I was Bobby Germain and thinking through things, this would be my last trip down pit road. If another caution comes out and some of the leaders come down pit road, then I would definitely stay out with only 30 laps left here in the race. We haven't seen tires make a huge difference here, so it's really been about track position. Those guys that have been up front have been able to stay up front. I mean, we even saw there for a little while with Patrick Dixon until he kind of slipped a wheel there in the grass. I mean, track position right now seems to be everything.
Yeah, and you can see Patrick Dixon stayed out again, so he's going to be right up there starting third. If he can fix his mistake from last time and make a move here.
I'm really surprised when I made that comment, Ryan. You were like, well, real racers don't even need pavement. But I was trying to open the door for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Pavement's how you get to the track. Dirt's what you race on. So. No, and I mean, I love asphalt racing. I started, asphalt racing was initially, what I did. But it's hard. I mean, you talk to a lot of guys that run dirt, and I don't know, there's something about it, especially with things you like, putting the car and the driver more in the hands of it.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing does that more than a dirt track. So, multiple lanes at almost any good dirt track you go to. That's my favorite thing. You'll see guys running bottom, top, middle. So, but hey, we're an asphalt league. I like it. Fast. Pavement's fast. I gotta give it that.
Yeah, and really, honestly, I mean, we've had a lot of great fun, and a lot of different things that we've raced. We've done some dirt stuff. I don't think quite enough. I enjoy dirt racing as well. It's one of those disciplines that I just haven't practiced a whole lot, not gotten great at. But from a standpoint of car control and almost to me pure fun. Because there is something about whipping a car around a dirt track and sliding it around and all that throttle control that is an absolute blast.
Oh, 100%. And I will say, usually when we do run dirt, I always have a blast. But we run cars that aren't supposed to be on dirt, which is a whole nother animal in itself. So it might give a bad taste to some guys, but it turns out cars that are built for dirt run a little bit better on it.
It's funny how that works that way, huh?
Yeah.
As we get ready to take the green flag again here tonight, Cameron Mason going to lead us lead the field to the green flag, and we are back underway. And again, that outside road gets a pretty good restart here, as now we see Clint Walker to the outside of Cameron Mason. Tanner Bethea has worked himself up into third. Cameron Mason real loose down there on the apron. Took all 4 tires down there. That is going to let Tanner Bethea move up into second, now with Clint Walker leading. Cameron Mason swinging it wide, getting loose again, and here comes Tanner Bethea underneath the 0-2 of Clint Walker. Tanner Bethea drives it deep into the corner, clears the 0-2. So for the first time tonight, Tanner Bethea leading here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah, and I've been watching Tanner, and that seems to be what he's doing, driving it in deep, kind of more like you said, a little bit more shallow entry, letting it come up, and then kind of hitting that second apex. So, like you said, that it does seem to be a quick line.
Everybody else single file right now. Right now, Bobby Germain came down pit road, grabbed those tires, sits in the 5th position. We'll see if those things make any difference right now as we see the 27 of Jake Ellingson right behind him. Let's take a ride with Jake Ellingson around this track and see what he sees. Well, really, what he sees right now is a hornet's nest in front of him. He is all over the back bumper of the 42 of Bobby Germain.
I like that paint job from Bobby Germain. That looks good on a late model.
As you kind of watch and listen here a little bit, you can see Jake Ellingson working the wheel and the throttle. As again, this is not an easy track with as flat as it is. And you can hear him work through that double apex at turns 1 and 2. He is now making up ground on our top 3 drivers right now. We watch him pull up on the backside of Cameron Mason. Little right front damage on that 27 machine.
Just the way Jake likes it.
Yes, sir.
We're looking out the back of Cameron Mason's car right now at that pink sun drop number 27, Jake Ellingson. You see right behind him is Bobby Germain back there.
Tell you what, these guys have 11 lap fresher tires than I do in front of me, and I am having a hard time catching them right now.
Yeah,
I've been watching the top 3s in cars, and they're not saving them, though, so they're driving hard up there.
So we now come up on lap number 28. We are past halfway here tonight at the Veterans for Life Foundation Late Model Stock Series here at the Milwaukee Mile. Been a lot of great racing so far here tonight. Quite a few different leaders. Tanner Bethea took over the lead of this race about 5 laps ago. For the first time here tonight, but we have seen multiple people out front, from Cameron Mason to Patrick Dixon. Bobby Germain led the first part of this race, so quite a few lead changes here tonight. A handful of cautions as well, but still a lot of great racing. And Ryan, as you pointed out, we've seen a lot of different racing lines as well.
Yeah, and that's what's great about this combo of, you know, this Cars Tour late model on this bigger track. I think it gives it the opportunity to spread out a little bit and run a different line, provide a good racing.
As we see right now, Cameron Mason all over the back of Clint Walker in that 0-2. As Tanner Bethea continues to kind of stretch his lead out up to 1.18 seconds right now. Second through 4th kind of sit within a couple tenths of each other. That's Clint Walker, Cameron Mason, and Jake Ellingson. As Cameron Mason can't quite find a way around that 0-2 right now. Go back and take a look at Bobby Germain as James Goshen has got him by him. So that trip down pit road doesn't look to be the call right now, Ryan.
Yeah, it's surprising how little they're doing, but definitely not. I mean, you're right. The track position's everything at the moment. Not seeing a lot of passing now that these guys have spread out, and those tires don't seem to be an advantage.
As we take a look at Will Bethea right now, running back in the 7th position in the number 12 machine. Solid battling up front there for a while. He has kind of slid back to the back of the field. You got Patrick Dixon right behind him as well. We saw him out front leading there for a little while. But running back in that 8th position. We'll go back in and check in on our leader, Tanner Bethea, as he continues to ever so slowly inch away from the second place car of Clint Walker.
And Clint Walker and Cameron Mason are running hard for 5 or 6 laps for that second position, so that's what Tanner wanted to see, I'm sure.
As those cars have kind of separated from one another. Clint Walker able to pull away from Cameron Mason just a little bit at this point in time. Cameron Mason now back 1.7 seconds of our leader, Tanner Bethea. See Jake Ellickson hanging out there in the 4th position. We continue to click off the laps here, folks. We have 16 laps left to go here tonight. Seems like most of these drivers have kind of settled in here.
Cameron Mason closing back up on that second place battle. Clint Walker, see if he can actually get around him.
I have closed back in on our leader, Tanner Bethea, right now. As those two continue to kind of duke it out here. Clint Walker holding down the 2nd position in the 0-2, and Cameron Mason in that 86 running in 3rd position. And I think Cameron's just a touch faster at this point in time, but just can't put the corner together to get underneath that 0-2 to make the pass. That time he sails it off into turn number 1. Well, they're going to drag race down into turn number 3, but the 0-2 prevails.
Yeah, and with this racing, they're running about a tenth and a half slower than Tanner, so he's able to build that lead back up. It's going to get pretty tough to knock down here. This little laps left.
Yes, we have 14 laps left to go tonight here at the Milwaukee Mile. Great race back here for 2nd position as Tanner Bethea continues to inch away from it.
But I mean, this is when we talked before the season started, what we wanted to see, you know, a developmental league. These guys are running, you know, bumper to bumper, multiple laps, not having many incidents, and that's, you know, that's key for a league like this.
Yeah, and as we kind of talked about earlier in the broadcast too, it has been a lot of fun watching some of these guys develop from the first race that we had all the way up until now, and again, seeing some of these guys try out different cars within the league, come out and race, you know, in some of the big boy leagues. And yeah, we've had a ton of great racing here in the late model stock series. We've had plenty of races that have had no cautions whatsoever. You know, so, and it's a testament to what these guys are doing. It's a testament to learning their craft a little bit more, learning the car a little bit more. And I do think it's been a really good selection of tracks as well. It's nice to see the Milwaukee Mile into this. Give them something a little bit different than the banked short tracks. And give them a little bit different challenge here. And it's provided for some good racing here tonight for sure. This time Cameron Mason gets underneath him. We'll see what happens in turns 1 and 2.
I think you'll have a chance to go in next to him, so.
That time he sails it in there one more time. Clears the 0-2. We'll have to see what the fight looks like coming off. As Clint Walker gets a run off the corner. Not quite enough to pull up on Cameron Mason. Oh, both of them missed turn 3. And now they're going to drag race back down into turns 1 and 2. That is the worst. When you work that amount of time to get past a car, and
Boy.
then you just oh boy, okay, that was I'm not sure what that was out of Cameron right there, but he's going to lose all kinds of time in track position as he got down on the apron. Really upset that car a lot and just would not get through turns 1 and 2 at all. And now we see Bobby Germain working underneath him. So he is going to fall all the way back, looks to the 5th position.
Yeah, tough break for Cameron Mason. That's, you see it a lot. Guys racing hard, and we've been there where whether you get frustrated or you just burn your tires off driving, but gave up some positions there. See if you can get them back.
Now we see James Goshen pulling up to the back of Clint Walker. So first time we've seen him up in the top 3 tonight, but running a solid race. As we have 8 laps left to go here tonight, Tanner Bethea continues to lead. He is now out to a 3-second lead. Once again, Tanner flexing his muscle, running himself a hell of a race. After starting in the back, kind of getting tied up in a couple little incidents there. Able to stay patient, keep somewhat of a cool head, and work his way back up to the front. As we have 7 laps left to go. Clint Walker right now coming under fire from the 85 machine of James Goshen.
Looks like Goshen's quicker if he can put a couple consistent laps together. I don't know if that's tires going away for Clint or just Goshen's figured something out.
Yeah, and Goshen's another one of those drivers that we've seen develop within Goat Locker Racing to a race-winning guy that can contend at a lot of different tracks. We've seen him win races at Richmond and a couple other places, over the past couple seasons. So anytime he gets out on track, he is a threat to win for sure.
Yep, just a solid driver, easy to race around. So always good to see him out here.
We'll continue to kind of watch this battle as Tanner Bethea is now out to a 3.5-second lead over Clint Walker. Looks like Patrick Dixon has brought his car to pit road. Quite sure what happened with him, but sometimes you
might
get
have a run here.
Yeah, getting close. As James pulls off, let these guys battle it out for the rest of this race. Jake Ellingson also hit pit road to let the season regulars get out here and race for the points and all that. Tanner Bethea is still out front by a large margin. He has now moved himself out to 3.7 seconds over Clint Walker. Running back in 3rd position right now is Bobby Germain. Cameron Mason running back in that 4th position. Take a look at Will Bethea, the number 12 machine, running back in 5th. Really, right now, that are all the cars on track as Patrick Dixon exits early, and so did Doug Ellingson. So as laps continue to wind down, 3 laps left to go.
I'd end up with the battle for 3rd here.
As Cameron Mason fighting hard with Bobby Germain to get that last podium spot. He'll have 2 laps to try to get past that number 13 machine. Or 42. One of these days we got to get that figured out. Well, this is going to be a tight battle here. Cameron Mason keeps that car down low, able to power up off the corner. He has cleared Bobby Germain for that 3rd position. White flag is out. Keep an eye on this race here for 3rd position, as Tanner Bethea has long butt checked out. looks like right now Cameron Mason is going to hold on to that position. But as we see Tanner Bethea come off turn 4 one last time, your winner here tonight, number 11 machine here at the Milwaukee Wild. Congratulations. Clint Walker is going to bring the 0-2 machine home in second place. Cameron Mason is going to hold on to that final podium spot in third. Bobby Germain finishes fourth. And then we see Will Bethea finish in that fifth position. A lot of great racing here tonight.
Yeah, good win for Tanner Bethea. Came back from some adversity early on, but long race, so good to see him get back out front. Is he a donut guy? Is he a burnout guy?
I've been more of a donut guy.
All right. Right there on the start-finish line. It's good technique.
I don't know. I'm more of a burnout guy.
Oh, all day. Burnouts all day. Until you lose it and it looks like you meant to start your donut.
True.
Yeah, so.
That's very true. Yeah, that's giving away one of the trade secrets right there, Ryan.
I know that from watching guys do it, not myself.
Right. As we wait for a couple guys to get up here into the waiting room, we are now well deep into the season. Tanner Bethea, obviously, with a large lead in the points battle and those types of things. But we talked, throughout the race here tonight, just how fun it's been to see these guys develop, race next to each other, put together some great races like they did here tonight. And I think this is just another example. We saw some early cautions for sure. Some guys getting into each other, just kind of learning a couple things, some self spins. But once it all kind of settled into place, these guys put on a hell of a show. Except for Jake.
Yeah, except for Jake. Absolutely, first race I've seen in this league this year, and I'm impressed. Some, like you said, some early little mistakes, but that's what this league's for. So it's good to see these guys get mostly green flag runs, and it's a good race.
As we get ready to bring Cameron Mason up into the booth here, let's go ahead and grab a hold of Cameron and talk to our third place finisher. Hey, Cameron, it's Pat, Jake, and Ryan up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of people up in here today, so it might get a little confusing for you. So try to keep up, all right?
All right, I'll try.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on another podium finish here tonight. We saw you out front leading some laps. And then, towards the end, looked like a little bit of a mistake, kind of slid back a little bit, but you powered that car back up, got it into third. So just kind of take us through your race here tonight and how you get that podium finish.
Well, actually, my race started with a self spin out of two because I was trying to give Doug some room. He had the outside lane, nothing towards him. I just got on the throttle too soon and spun it. Then when the caution came out later on in the run, I instead of taking 4 tires like most people did, I took 2, and that got me back up to third, and I was able to make those 2 tires work. I was battling with the 2 a bunch, or the 0-2, or whatever you want to say, and I feel like he kind of blocked me a lot there. Then he was saying I was blocked him, which I was because he blocked me. And then on one of those restarts, I kind of got into him. Then on the other restart, he kind of, I don't know, I think he pinched me off and ran me basically off the track. But yeah, I came home in third, so I think if I could have got around the 2 a little bit sooner, I would have been battling with Tanner, but he was fast here, so I don't think I would have had him though.
Yeah, nobody was going to bring up the spin at the start of the race, so I mean that's on you for bringing that one up.
Well, it's impressive. I came back from a spin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your spin too, as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jake. What do you got for him?
I ain't got nothing. I got a big congratulations. You raced very well, man. It was great racing side by side with you over the course of the later in the race. I seen you guys start making a little bit of some mistakes, and I muted myself from the broadcast, and I kind of gave you a little bit of on-track instructions, and it seemed to kind of help you out a little bit. And then it seemed like you got a little bit more frustrated, but you came back and you fought back for a hard-fought third place, man. Well fought. You got any shout-outs, sponsors, people you want to thank, like this guy?
Just the normal people, and then Mason Fence LLC and RCF Fabrication and powder coating.
Well, hell yeah, man. Well, as we look towards the rest of the schedule, man, you got any of these tracks circled as where you think you can get a win?
To be honest with you, I haven't even taken a look.
Well, you could have lied to me a little bit.
Well, no.
That's what you just say all of them. Say all of them.
All of them. Tanner,
There
watch
we
out.
go.
You better watch out, Tanner.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we talked a lot throughout the broadcast. It's been a lot of fun watching you race all season long. Got your win earlier, led some laps tonight and all that. So, I mean, congratulations on a great season so far. Looking forward to seeing the 86 back in victory lane. I think it will happen by the end of the season. We're just going to have to see at which track it's going to happen at. So, congratulations again, man. Get out there and celebrate that podium finish, and we will see you next week.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to figure out these buttons. I'm not going to have these weird pauses. Maybe.
They fit you though, so
Do they?
That'll
Thank you.
yeah.
that'll never happen. You'll never figure it out, Pat.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
No
Clint-
problem.
Yeah, Clint Walker. Hey, this is what friends are for, I tell you. Or at least I consider you guys friends. I don't know if the feeling's mutual. Don't really want to get into that conversation either. No one wants to hear about bromances or anything, so we'll move past it. Clint Walker decided he did not want to talk to us. So-
He did shoot me a message. He has another race right away after ours, so he can't make it into the waiting room for the interviews.
That sounds like
He
a pretty
does
lame
send it-
excuse.
It does, but he does send his apologies. So
I bet if he won, he would have stayed. Yeah.
Hey,
I definitely would have stayed. I'm always happy when I make the podium, which is very rare.
priorities are priorities. You know, goat lockers for life.
Yeah.
At least that's what I have tattooed on my lower back. They're jokes. Anybody can laugh.
No comment. No.
Thanks.
I'm
Thanks.
leaving that one alone.
Oh, you're just gonna leave that one sit? Thanks, Ryan.
That's exactly what I'm going to do with that one.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Let it fester.
You know, again, I'm lobbing up softballs. You know, anybody feel free to hit them. All right,
Alex up here.
yeah. I don't know that we could ever have Alex in the broadcast booth. We could try it sometime though.
Definitely, if he wants to come up here.
Right.
That'd be
All right.
wild. That'd be a wild broadcast.
It definitely would. Let's grab a hold of Tanner Booth, AR race winner, and have a chat with him. Hey, Tanner, it's Pat, Jake, and Ryan up in the broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, another week, another victory here. Congratulations again on a very hard-fought win. I know you started in the back again, as has kind of been typical here. Got mixed up in a couple little things, but still was able to kind of keep cool, calm, and collective and power that number 11 up through the field to get the victory. So kind of take us through your night here tonight and how you got it to victory lane.
Yeah, it was just a lot of. Here is a tricky track. Me personally, I don't like the track.
That's
Real
the
low
end of that.
banking. So, I mean, it's a lot of throttle control. I had to work on that a lot of practice because I had a problem. I'd get back in the gas too early and I'd push up the track and about take down the outside wall every time. But really, I worked on tire saving. Here, I say pretty easy because you're not really turning that much. I mean, my steering wheel was about straight the whole time. But nothing much really. It was just kind of a lookout game. I owe Jake an apology. I spun him out on an accident. I guess I just got a good run and didn't really hit the brakes, I guess. I don't know. That's my bad, Jake.
No worries, partner.
But it was a good race, though. I mean, I had fun. I mean, I would have liked if it would have been a bit cleaner, but Robin's racing, so. I mean, I can't be mad. I brought it home in first, so. that's pretty much it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congrats, Tanner. This is Ryan. Awesome to see you running in Goat Locker. I've seen you in some of the other series running well, and obviously I know you've been doing real well in this series. For a guy who doesn't like this track, a flat track with no banking, you sure didn't show it. So, congrats on that. Do you have anyone you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my spotter, Bryson Myers. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my brother. I don't know where he finished, but he had a good race. But that's pretty much it.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, we're moving into the big leagues. He's got a spotter and everything.
Spotter. Ooh.
Yo, well, a big
need
shout
one
out
of
to Mom and Dad, but we always got to give them a big shout out. I know they tune in and watch. And your brother Will finished back in the 5th position. Had himself a decent race as well. But again, man, congratulations to you on another strong win here tonight. And as we look forward to the rest of the season, are any of those tracks jumping out to you that you really want to get another victory at?
No, not really. Other than Pensacola, New Samara is kind of one of my favorite tracks. But besides that, Five Flags got my name written on it.
Oh, all right. Calling his shot here tonight.
Oh yeah,
Five Flags is a fun track for sure.
it's very fun.
These are just another one of those awkward pauses because I
Yeah.
kept feeling that I was talking over the top of Ryan like 3 different times. So I was trying to pause and give him a second. Then, of course, he made it awkward. So I'm going to blame him for that one.
I felt that you were feeling that, and I didn't say anything on purpose. So, yeah.
I don't
Uh,
always get the weird broadcasts.
they're
Like
all
every time I get interviewed, you always be messing up.
weird. They're always going to be weird. They're always going to be a little bit strange. We're a goofy kind of bunch of people around here. We're all a bunch of either retired military people or current military or those types of things. So, we're not stable. Let's put it that way.
No, it's all good.
But we do. We try to have a lot of fun with it. We do appreciate everybody that tunes in. And again, man, I mean, it has been an absolute blast watching you get out here and race. Can't wait to see you in some of these other series as you continue to kind of move up and through. So congratulations again. Get out there and celebrate this win at the Milwaukee Mile, and then we'll see you next week in New Smyrna.
All right, man. I'll see you.
He's probably a little bit weirded, maybe not weirded out a little bit, but the last time he was up in the broadcast booth, I mean, we kind of interrogated him.
Oh
So,
yeah, finding out all about him.
Yeah, how long he'd been on iRacing, because we got the little itching feeling that this might be somebody that you can't pay a whole lot of stock into iRating, but he literally he's been on iRacing less than 6 months. I believe he's 14 years old. I think that's what he said. But got a family history in racing and those types of things. Him and Jamie had a nice conversation about Five Flags. I think he lives in Alabama or something like that, close to Five Flags. So that's kind of their home track as well. Because of course, anytime you say Five Flags around Jamie, he gets like weirdly excited.
He loves it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he gets crazy excited.
Sent us a lineup earlier this week for Snowball Derby, if I believe that's what I saw.
Yeah, can't wait to see that. Oftentimes it's televised. I'd love to get down there one time to actually see it. I know that William Byron is headlighting the field as it stands right now. He hasn't had a whole lot of success down there, but good to see him back in a car. Any chance I get to see William Byron race, I'm a huge fan. So, but hey, thanks to Jake for racing and commentating here a little bit this evening. Hope you had a good time out there, Jake.
Oh, I did. It was such a blast. Anytime getting out on the track and racing, it's always fun. But first time I ever raced and commentated at the same time, so it was a little bit weird for me. But made it work. Had a lot of fun, and maybe I'll pick another track sometime in the near future, and we can definitely do it again.
Well, I tell you what, I would love to take this car at the LA Coliseum. That's one of the upcoming races that I'm really looking forward to, is that race right there, because I think that is going to be a lot of fun. We have taken, what did we race at the LA Coliseum, Ryan?
Super Lates, I believe.
Super Lates, yeah. and that was an absolute blast. A lot of fun, racing those cars around. That track actually provides for some damn good racing. It's one of those tracks you cannot show up with your feelings because you are going to get knocked around. That's just the way that it's going to go. But for some of us, that's a whole lot of fun to get in there and do some good old fashioned Friday night short track racing and beating and banging. So, but next week there'll be a New Smyrna, and then we'll take the Thanksgiving week off, and then we'll be back on November 28th at the Bull Ring at Las Vegas. Then on December 5th, we will hit the LA Coliseum, and then as Tanner Bethea called it, on December 12th, we'll be at Five Flags, and he guarantees he's bringing home the win that day. So we'll have to see what happens there. But thanks, Ryan, for showing up here tonight, hanging out in the broadcast booth, throwing some commentary down, hanging out with us. A lot of fun having you around, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for letting me come mess up your broadcast a little bit. Had fun.
I don't think anybody can mess this thing up, man. But we do have a lot of fun with it. But thanks to everybody that tunes in. We always have a blast with everything. And then thanks to our great sponsors. Again, the Veteran for Life Foundation and the awesome things that they are doing. We are so proud to have them as one of our sponsors. Jam Printing and Promotions. We talked about them a little bit here this evening as well. And then, of course, Cruising Classics there in Columbus, Ohio. And if you tune into this, then you must love racing. And if you love racing, you love cars. So go to cruisingclassics.com and go check out the cars. Apparently, there's no friends and family discount, as much as I've tried, and I'm not even family. But man, they got some awesome cars, and they got an awesome shop as well. And so if you're in the Columbus, Ohio area, check them out. Thanks to everybody that tuned in, and we will see you tomorrow, Wednesday night, for the Next Gen Cruising Classic Series. And then on Thursday night, we'll be back in the trucks. So be sure to tune in to those races as well. Take care.